Share.
There is a screen with an arrow
Share wala.
on your share wala.
But
Sharing
Tejas, you
button.
Next to the
continue.
mic.
You continue. Then when my turn will come and I'll see.
It's next to the mic, Neeraj. Mic
Yeah, yeah.
icon.
Neeraj knows. I don't know. Recording has started. By joining, you're giving consent. What nonsense.
Duru. Duru,
Shantanu,
email me. I can share if you want.
हाँ वो भी चलेगा.
Is it getting
नहीं लेकिन मेरे
shared
को शेयर
right
करके
now?
देखो.
हाँ तू कर.
मेरे को देखना है डेटा कितना कंज्यूम होता है.
Really? Okay.
Can you guys see this, my screen?
Yes, we can.
एक शिरीष का मेल है, मैसेज है.
Yeah, we can't hear him.
No, Shirish, we can't.
The messages are coming up on the screen.
Can't.
सोनाली है.
No, it is coming on
हाँ,
my
Sonali
screen. That's why it
है.
is showing.
Yeah, it's
अच्छा,
coming
okay,
on
okay.
Neeraj's screen.
Hi, Sonali.
Sonali is there. She's in mute.
She's on mute, yeah.
Should I start?
Yeah, Neeraj, please start. Please go ahead.
Okay. So the first thing which generally have to handle is in any projects is that first of all we design it and then we incorporate the structural things, which often gets messy later on and hampers your design. So at the same time, even when we so this approach to integrating structures and design encourages students to decide on the materials and the structural systems which they can decide way before when they are in the concept phase of the design. So as we go to the syllabus for TOS, these are the topics which are getting covered in it, like basics of RCC, stresses, deflection in beams, short and long column analysis, introduction to steel design, etc. So out of these, which we can integrate, the topics are basics of RCC, which comprises the design of column beam by the thumb rules which are there, and the introduction of steel design with the steel frame structures, how we design it, trusses and everything, and I guess little bit part of soil mechanics. So as we discussed in the previous meeting about the two phases dividing into the semesters, so in the first phase when they are observing the building which they are residing right now, so what they can do is in terms of structure, they can analyze the structural elements and the faults within it, whether it is hampering your functional space or maybe the structural faults like the sizes of structural elements which they can observe. Then they can figure out the function of the space in terms of live loads, dead loads, and the structure, how it is standing in the vicinity. So the weathering conditions as well, how it is affecting their building. Then they can observe this services which are running along with the structure and how it is affecting the structure in maybe positive or a negative way, and problem they might be facing due to the placement of structural members. Means later when they are incorporating structure, sometimes they end up putting a column where they don't want to, or a beam, or maybe I don't know. Let's see. So that they can observe right now and sketch it out and then document it. And then in the application phase, which was for semester 4, so then when dealing with the issues of public toilet, as we discussed, they can design the structural system on their own. I mean, like the structural components while they are in the development phase of the design. Understand how the structure is deflecting under different forces, like they are already studying bending moments and stresses in very intuitively, so that they can just observe and sketch it out when they are designing. Then concentrate on developing all the structural elements, like deciding the sizes, spans of of slab, column, staircase, foundation, all the different things, and they can interpret the components of building. Like this won't be thing which they can design or something, but they can interpret the components which are which are in tension or compression, or like if they have cantilever portion, or if they have a mezzanine portion, anything. So that they can observe and design it accordingly. This is what I thought of till now. Yeah.
Yeah, Neeraj. So yeah, that was good. I think it is covering the aspects like we discussed last time. Any kind of lacuna you find or gap you find in addressing what or addressing what the objectives for a second year student should be. What should his learning be in the second year in terms of structures? And do you find there's some lacuna or gap which you can fill in some way?
I don't know if I can figure out the gaps since it is just 1 year I have taught the students, but still in this year they will be particularly focusing on RCC construction. Like sometimes they end up initially they don't think of the beam above the door or anything, and at the end they end up with the bigger size, or they might even not concentrate on that aspect. So that should be more focused on.
Right.
Like or even under the water, if we are providing a water tank or something which is heavily loaded, so how the generalized sizes or generalized thing can be changed according to the water tank, or maybe underground structure, or I don't know, that way.
Correct. That's right. Yeah.
Actually, the syllabus is such that we do RCC in second year itself, but RCC design doesn't come in structures till third year. So until the third year, we're just talking about thumb rules and things like that. So
correct.
Yeah.
So but intuitively, based on thumb rules, I mean, how actually we figure out, I mean, how the in till second year, we do bending moment diagram for beams, for slabs and everything, basic intuitively, not by calculating much. So that way they can figure out where the stresses are going to be or something, and where they have to provide supports. In that way I was thinking.
That is actually can we actually even add some component of calculation to it, because it's not, I mean, I think they'll learn this bending moment diagrams by calculation in first year, no?
Yeah, in first year, BMD and SFD.
Yeah. So if we can kind of take one part of it maybe and analyze it that way. So it's an RCC beam and RCC columns, and we kind of start looking at it from the, or maybe even maybe take the same span and then change the materials and see how they behave differently. We give them some
because in first year,
sorry.
In first year, because they are just dealing with the simply supported beams and all, and in second year they're dealing with the fixed beam for RCC. So with the lectures going ahead, they might understand the calculations for these as well. So we can take a part of it and we can do it.
Shirish, we can't hear you. Or at least I can't hear you.
No, we can't.
Wait. We can't hear.
Wait.
Yes.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, sorry, my mic was mute. So what I was also thinking is that if the second year is the space where we are trying to sort of make students comfortable in the understanding of technologies, in the understanding of how the building is put together, okay, it also is in many ways a kind of a preliminary introductory kind of a phase for them, right? So very often what happens is that when it comes to structures, and I remember my education in structures was also like this, a lot of emphasis was put on bending moments, okay? A lot of emphasis was put on designing the sizes of elements, okay? But there are so many other kinds of forces that are actually at play in a building, okay, which I don't remember being discussed or being sort of dealt with, you know, like for example, weathering related forces that actually expand your fenestrations and crack them, or for example, seismic movement kind of forces that actually impact the building, and evidences of this can be seen in the buildings. Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm I'm saying that we should also allow the students to sort of bring the questions and then show them that these are the ways in which so many different kinds of forces are at play in the making of a building, not only the bending moment and the kind of, but shear stresses. Okay, so I feel that kind of overview the students should be comfortable with. I'm not saying that they need to get into the complete mechanics and calculations of it. That we keep to the simple ones, like whatever, as an architect मेरे को पता होना चाहिए कि इतना स्पैन है तो वो बीम का डेप्थ कितना रहना चाहिए, वो इंस्टिंक्टिवली आना चाहिए. ओके, वो वो बिल्ड वो बिल्ड करेंगे, लेकिन also aware that there are so many forces around that impact the structure of your building. So maybe that we should bring in, but I think that will come once the students start bringing their observations.
Yeah.
You know, once you're discussing with them, you will realize that okay, now this class, what I need to do is I need to show them that apart from the bending moment and the compressive forces, there are so many other ways in which the building gets stressed also. Okay,
Yeah,
include
absolutely. Absolutely.
including your
Yeah.
furniture placements, including your stresses induced by things that are drilled. Okay, stresses induced when you are doing your cabling. Okay,
Correct.
so everything is at play in that sense. So maybe that broad kind of thing we should allow them to.
Right.
What do you think?
So no, I think can Durvesh actually go ahead and present, so then you can, yeah.
Yeah.
Durvesh, please.
Now what, I share screen?
Yes, Durvesh, it's next to the mic icon.
Yeah, can you see the screen?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, can I start? Oh, I can't see you.
Yeah, go to full screen now.
Now what are you seeing?
You should see. How can you not see? Okay, wait. I'm doing this.
We are seeing your
Just
word
give me
document.
the approval. Durvesh.
Yeah, approve. Now?
F5
Power
Daba now. Just do F5.
Yeah. Has the screen changed?
No.
No.
Huh? It has changed of mine.
Share.
There might
Yeah.
be a delay.
There's
Share
a
it.
lag. Yeah, yeah.
हाँ. तो full screen नहीं हुआ.
हुआ?
नहीं, तू वापस शेयर कर एक बार क्लोज करके.
Now?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Has the screen changed?
Yes.
ठीक है. So when you have a red border around it, that means it is being shared. ठीक है. Cool. So effectively, if you just look at the syllabus of second year, Sem 3 and Sem 4, this is pertaining to only services. It deals with water supply, drainage, and rainwater harvesting. ठीक है? Hello.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
हाँ,
Yeah,
सुन
we
रहे
can.
हो.
So in water supply, it's about the calculation of tank sizes, the calculation based on the number of people coming in, and then it's about how the site connections happen from the main municipal line to the water tanks, the various taps and valves involved. Then sanitation is about the basic traps in the system, the design of toilets, the sanitary appliances used, and the various drainage systems in a building. And if we go to SEM 4 deals with overall site water supply and drainage, and about rainwater harvesting, surface drainage, roof drainage, and those basic types of systems. Now, over the years, what has happened is, with respect to deliverables, I mean, I was a part of I've been part of services for like the past 8-10 years. But when I was a part of second year services last time around, uh, the deliverables, basically what happened, it was grouped so that all the water supply and drainage happened in SEM3, and uh, their deliverables in SEM3 was case studies, and how these components could be identified, what new systems were they able to uh, find out based on the case studies that they made. So water supply drainage entirely got completed in SEM3, and SEM4 was about just surface drainage and rainwater harvesting. And the deliverables were, I mean, you choose a design in SEM3 and you apply all the concepts of water supply, rainwater harvesting, and drainage onto that project and see its impact, and prepare drawings for the same. So this time around, so as I said, the deliverables was about in the form of water supply, drainage, and stormwater rainwater harvesting layouts, and the calculation of water tanks for the previous design for the project. If you look at the subject in its entirety and how it's being dealt with over the entire course of 5 years, and service is always something that is looked at as, you know, it's an addition or an annex to the original design. It is never looked at as a component that is an essential part during the design phase. So it has happened like that. I mean, I'm telling you from my experience for the past 8 or 10 years. For the past 10 years, like since 2008, I'm doing this. Yeah. In this college as well as at NMIMS. So it is always something that, that the students feel that, this is not my project anymore. Ye sab aa gaya, services aa gaya, and this thing has changed. Matlab, my design has changed. There is no concept associated to it. कुछ बचा नहीं है. Services has killed the entire subject for the student. This is a basic problem of services that I find. So if you look at some examples, for example, I mean, you put an OHT onto the terrace, and suddenly the free flowing terraces are hampered, and there is an access that is required for the OHT, and then I've seen people give steel staircases to go to the OHT from the outside, and that is how they deal with how an OHT. Then rainwater harvesting, yeah, this is the funniest one. Like, for example, like, no one worries about how the rainwater, especially in moderate to high heavy rainfall areas, is transported down to the ground. So effectively, they just become PVC pipes that are put onto the elevation. This is rainwater harvesting. So it is not something that is a part of the design itself. While, I mean, I know it's difficult to put all the systems in while doing the design component, but that understanding of the student while designing, even I think when a student reaches fourth year or fifth year, that how does rainwater go down from the terrace to the ground for a site that is in Mumbai is still not there. Even after doing this in second year and third year, the fourth year design still doesn't reflect this understanding. Then another bigger issue is the space allocated to the toilets is very small during the design phase. During SEM3 designs, which are or during SEM4 designs, which are taken in WD in SEM5. So when you actually sit and design the toilet for the student with the student realizes कि अरे कुछ बाजू का जगह बचा ही नहीं, and the design is actually just about the toilets, and I've seen cases where about 40% of the design is just toilets, and then the rest are just the actual design spaces are just left something to, they become the leftover spaces rather than the when they integrate the toilets. And most of the time it is because of this lack of transition spaces. Because they don't know how to kind of design or fit toilet in certain particular spaces.
Right, right.
That's what I feel has happened over the years. And one more thing is like we have these free flowing spaces, free flowing designs, curve structures, shell structures, steel structures, but the services are still orthogonal. The services are still as a rectangular and squarish in shape, because of which they don't know how to adapt to it. So eventually a curved building में ऊपर एक square rectangle और OHT बैठ जाता है for WD, and that is what the student thinks is what services is, and it's detrimental to the design. So somehow I think we have to, with this studio, probably we can try to tell them that design में services integrate करके, it doesn't kill the design if you integrate it right, and if you kind of encompass it right from the beginning, or at least have an understanding. So some suggestions might include, you show the students like how successfully it has been integrated by various successful architects, by various other projects that that work because services work. I mean, and I've always believed that the difference between art and architecture is services. Without services, it still remains art, becomes very usually. So probably the focus can shift can shift less on planning of can less on calculations as opposed to calculations में बहुत time जाता है कि ये people का size क्या है, ये क्या है, and we can focus more on planning of services. Integration of all services doesn't happen even at third or fourth year level where toilet is functioning separately. The students understanding what the service core is, and you have other functions, other services happening in separate parts of the design, and it's eventually not taken care of. And yeah, representation of services is something again that they are not aware of. So probably in the initial part during the theory classes, if we can tell them that this is how you represent services, that might just help in kind of correcting wrong representation. And yeah, so water supply and drainage for contoured and terrain site, it's something that is again not taken. So probably if these things can be incorporated, then we can see how best we can try and handle and put all these things together. This is just a grouping of topics. I mean, there are some topics that are purely theory based, and there are some that are analysis and design and calculation based. So, for example, the tracks that are used, the various types of valves, the systems of water supply, they have to be purely theory based. The reason why I was categorizing this is because based on what exercise and what analysis part we do in third year in SEM 3, we have to kind of see which topics can be taught at what time. So, for example, the theory topics need to be covered in the initial part, and analysis probably happens in SEM 4. And probably we deal with the theory of SEM 3 and SEM 4 and SEM 4 together in SEM 3, like rainwater harvesting systems, the site drainage, site layout, if we are not looking at application of this in SEM 3. So, like for example, how say in construction or stores the subject is being dealt with, you can see which topics to be covered at what time. Because I think we have to look at like a year's course, not semester based course.
Okay. Durvesh, can I say something?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's a good idea to bring the topics in the semester 3 itself. Okay, because I rainwater harvesting is in my mind it's best understood when there is rain. Okay, and you are actually seeing the problems with rain. Yeah, and the likelihood of the kids actually exposing themselves to going and looking around their buildings and seeing the problems of their compounds, of how water and the discharge and what it causes is much more in this semester itself, and it's best to actually introduce them to all these things in this semester. Okay. But while we are doing that, I think what we should also do is very often, and I've noticed that in construction also, we put the lecture, when we are giving the lecture, we put the lecture as independent from the design. You know what I'm saying? We always, like for example, if I'm doing a construction lecture, I'm starting to show them on the board that this is how a trench is made and a foundation is made. Okay, but I'm not connecting it to any design concepts anywhere. Okay, I'm not using a reference building anywhere also. Okay, suppose if we invert the process of teaching or of lectures, where we start by looking at, okay, let's look at I'm just giving one building. Let's look at the IIM, for example. Okay, here is a wall thickness which is 60 centimeters or 70 centimeters. Okay, And you start with that, and then you go down making the foundations, and you go down. So you use an example to actually create your lectures. Okay.
Exactly. That's
So
what was one of the suggestions, that we'll start by showing them that
yeah,
this is what has happened. This is what successful architectural manifestations
yeah,
have happened, and they have integrated this. I mean, it's not like they've added on to this. So
yeah.
let them understand that it is design based. It is not something that is
So
independent.
so I had a teacher named RJ Shah who used to teach construction to us in the first year and also in the second year. The way he did it is that he used to bring all these great buildings that we used to really love. Okay, so he would go to mill owners, he would go to IIM, he would go to Sangat and all these places, and he would bring it to us, but he would only show the faults in those buildings. Okay. Meaning he would say, "Oh, IIM is so great. Let me show you where all the structures have failed. Okay. And let us look at why they have failed." Okay. So that is another way in which we can actually start looking. So it's not necessarily, I mean, Corbusier is actually a terrible toilet designer.
Hmm.
Okay. He has no respect for public sort of relieving. Okay, no
Hmm.
respect at all. Okay, and but we celebrate Milonos ka toilet. Okay, which has zero ventilation actually. Okay, it has zero ventilations. They have had problems of services because the toilet is put bang in the middle. Okay, right, and then the services have to be moved all the way from the center.
On the way.
Yeah. So my point is that there are so many ways in which we can engage the students to
Ah,
think about services not as a separate subject but as an
exactly.
integrated part of the design itself.
Of the design.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly.
So that we have
Okay,
to.
That's
yeah.
super.
So, Shirish, if it's okay with you, I have put down a few points.
Yeah.
So, can I
Mamta,
share that? Yeah.
there is, I think, EVS part that is still left to be covered.
Huh.
Yeah. Let's finish
Kimaya,
that.
Kimaya,
Yeah, let's
Kimaya,
finish that. Let's finish that.
हाँ
Yeah.
बोलो.
you there? मैं वो EVS
Yes,
का
I'm
should I
there.
start?
हाँ, start.
I'll just share the screen.
Yeah.
Then you'll have to expand. Because I've just put whatever 2 3 slides that I
Okay.
could.
But Kimaya, EVS, why is, I mean, according to the university, EVS is not a subject in the next semester, is it?
Yes.
Okay, but are you part of the studio in the next semester also?
I have no clue.
But you are part of the studio this semester.
No, I'm not part of the studio. I'm only
You're only
part of
part
the
of the studio.
lectures. Durvesh is part of the studio.
Durvesh is part of the studio. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is the syllabus for EVS.
Full screen kar,
Full
Durvesh,
screen, and
please.
you'll have to go to the next
नहीं है.
slide. हाँ,
अच्छा.
okay.
नहीं है.
So, okay. Full
आया
screen
Kimaya
नहीं हो
नहीं
रहा.
ना?
नहीं,
नहीं,
no.
slide आया, but वापस गया. Full screen नहीं है. तू वापस जाके वापस आ. तो तू stop sharing करके वापस कर.
हाँ वही.
Okay, meanwhile, I'll start till he's trying to set it. So, what has happened is we have EVS in the first 2 years. Then in second year, you just have one semester. And then directly in the fifth year, you have it for Sem 9 and Sem 10. There's no EVS in between at all. Now, in the first year, the first semester goes into the urban farming component. Okay. So, from this year, actually, I was introduced to the first year as well. No, sorry, from the last year. But this year I got a chance because I could put the lectures in the first semester. So I started giving them the climate. So the batch that you're going to get already knows how to do climate analysis. What are the components that you need to look at when it comes to climate responsive design, the orientation, and what are your in terms of facades, how do you try and develop depending on the climate. Like for example, if we are dealing in hot and dry or a wet and cold climate, they know what should be the optimum orientation and which are the facades that are critical for them to design. Okay, but so what me and Durvesh were thinking that we will also look at the site now. So I had just introduced the site components, but we had not got into the detail of it, that how do you use your site and your surroundings to create the microclimate for your building itself. So the landscape that you do is no more a beautification feature, but it can become much more functional as well for your building. Right now, we will just put it, what do you think, limited to climate responsive and creating microclimate, because utilizing for recycling waste and all, it's much more complex. So I don't want them to, get those. We can always introduce those concepts, but not get into the details of it. How do you work out that? Durvesh, I can't see.
Yeah, not happening.
Then
Not
is the passive design. So what, I don't teach them passive and active design separately. I always give them architectural examples and show them how the architects have dealt with it, where material matters, your seasonal pattern changes, and because of which your building has to constantly adapt to those. One sec, Kamla Raja is calling me. One sec.
You don't want this meeting to happen.
Prasad is calling for internal marks.
माझे इंटरमार्क्स मी फिफ्थ इयरचे. हां, आम्ही सगळे पाठवले. डिझाईन डेझर्टेशनचे व्योमा आणि इन्स्लीकडनं आमच्याकडे नाही आहेत. व्योमा ती जी टीचिंग असिस्टंट आहे ना, किंवा इन्स्लीला माहिती आहे. या ओके, थँक्यू. Okay, sorry. So regarding, so basically, natural lighting and all is always looked as daylighting. So the whole idea of the light and the shadow play, what happens to your building when you use a certain kind of passive design techniques. So we will be introducing the traditional methods using traditional vernacular architectural examples across different climate zones, and we will also be doing modern buildings, just to understand that how that architectural language has changed over the period of years. But the whole fundamental concept is the same, of creating good indoor environments. Um, and also we will give them an understanding of how do you represent these, because those magic arrows quite become very crazy at times, that they just show that cuts across their buildings. So instead of those magic arrows, what are the different ways that can be utilized uh, in the thing? And also trying in the ideas, what we could do was, we could actually ask them to create, we could create certain smaller exercises and let them make their design decisions based on those. Whether it's the structure, whether it's your construction of choosing the material or what kind of building you want to do, or whether it's a climate responsiveness, whether you want to create a round form or what, but we can actually create these small. So in my master's, whenever we have to choose our technology, or even right now in my practice, understanding energy efficient technologies, we always have these flowcharts that we follow. It just tells us, and it becomes very easy for us to follow. Okay, so and so energy is required, then you go for a certain system. If that is not coming up to the point, then your efficiency goes low. Those kinds of stuff. But you make it very simple for the students of the second year, so that their design decisions are informed. I strongly feel this is important, because then they start integrating it within their designing process. Then their AD will also start doing it. It's no more that they're only doing it in the ideas itself. Because the problem is that by the time they get into the concepts and start designing, their facades are all conventional. We all agree to it. And I think it's across years. It's only the complexity at the site level or at the concept level increases, and they really, try, and very few students are able to really get that design through what they're thinking as an initial idea. Otherwise, a lot of them, students in the form of resolution, they just try and create these dabbas with a very conventional facades. So the whole idea of the skin that you introduce to them, it's no more like a facade composition of windows and walls, but you treat it like a skin, which is the interface between your outer world and your inner world, and what that skin can do. So those kinds of concepts. In the terms of exercises, when we talk about your window wall ratio, HSA, VSA, which is your horizontal shading angle, vertical shading angle, your skins will play an important role in that. I can't see the screen, Durvesh.
एक minute.
Ah.
Ah,
So
I can't full screen it. I think I see.
no, it's okay. It's okay. Then there are other concepts which talk about green buildings. The passive house, because I was thinking that second years deal with domesticity and they try and explore the domesticity in detail. Passive house is an is a concept associated with energy efficient houses, which emerged in Europe, but across the globe, people have been using that concept now of understanding how the house itself can become net zero energy or net carbon neutral or so and so kinds of things. So maybe you don't get into the details of it for the larger buildings. So because when the scale uh, escalates, you have to get the complexities into place. So house is a nice scale that they can deal with these concepts. And as for the university, they also need to know the renewables. So for renewable energy, instead of telling them about solar and all, we discuss resources and how do you use these resources. So in terms of your embodied energy, then your material comes into play from where do you source it and things like that. And then you also try and understand whether the material is durable and whether it will work in the climate that you do. These kinds of filters you start adding to your design problem. And then, so generally in the semester, we do a short exercise of designing where they generally do like an esky for one or two studios, and then they try and implement whatever they have learned in parts of during the lectures is theory. Because implementation may then they start thinking, oh, it's not this way and that way, those kinds of stuff. So yeah, this is it.
Yeah, thanks, Kiman.
Welcome.
Kima,
Ah,
tell me one thing. Are there any kind of phone-based weather monitoring apps that we have?
yes, they are. You can. So
I'm just
I generally use the Meteor Blue, which I give them access to,
uh,
because it's a reliable source. It gives you 2 weeks ka downloading data, which is
mm,
for free. If you want historical data, then it's paid. But it
mm,
has across the globe each and every weather station.
mm.
So
Because
Meteor
I'm
Blue is something that we use.
okay. I'm just wondering whether to get them to think about where their house is located and what kind of weather impacts are happening around their homes. That's one step. Okay, which they can start preparing a kind of uh, a catalog of sorts. Okay, whatever duration you can say a month, you can say this semester, whatever this duration. That is one. I'm also wondering whether there are any ways by which uh, they can actually do a map, a heat map or something like that of their own homes. Is it possible? Are there?
It's possible. Yeah, they can actually have online, but the problem with these online things is that it becomes like a gimmick. It
It's
doesn't
a
give you
gimmick.
the
Okay,
accurate. Yeah.
doesn't give you enough
So
accurate data.
yeah, and then other thing is that these gadgets then becomes like a play tool for the kids who really don't
Mm,
understand the fundamentals of it. But
mm,
it's like a nice colorful chart that they will create of
mm.
yellow to blue to red.
Ah. No, my only interest is to get them to actually so make the weather and its mechanics tangible to them, you know.
Yeah.
So make it in such a way that I can go out. I know that we have all the instruments in college because that
Mm.
exercise that they do in, but that happens in the fourth year, I think, ne?
That happens in the final year.
In the final year. Okay, but I'm wondering whether if we had the opportunity with this semester, whether we start bringing some of those even in the earlier years, so that they are to make it tangible. Because that's the only
Okay.
concern. What do you think?
Mhm.
What do you
So
think?
what I used to do is we used to use that book on shelters, Oliver,
Hmm.
book on shelters. And
Hmm.
because they're 80 now, so we
Hmm.
used to pair them up and then give them like across globe wala vernacular houses to do.
Hmm.
So and because it's very different the way people use the whole idea of if you look at the houses near Sundarbans, because it floods, the
Hmm.
houses are raised. You know,
Hmm.
similar kind of uh, uh, mm, scenario is in China as well. But they have sandstorms, so the entire village is being submerged underground. It's only through a certain kind of openings that they get the daylight and the ventilation. The whole idea of the rock houses, cave houses. Then how do you deal with daylight and things like that? Because what happens is when you talk about daylight and energy efficiency, they say, "Arey, but you need daylight, no? Otherwise you're living on the artificial daylight." But then the whole act of culture plays, because most of your activities during the day are very common. So then the houses will always have a common space and they are always outside. Only your bedrooms are the ones which are tucked right in. So then we try and relate that, because the way houses are designed in climate responsive architecture is the whole daily activity. Your southwest will always be your bedrooms, because those are the ones which will get a lot of sun throughout the day. And in the night, when your temperatures drop down in the climate where they are designed like that, you will always get that warmth, because the walls will start radiating out that heat. But your kitchen is always in the east, because you want the morning, because it's only the morning sun, and then rest of the day the kitchen itself produces the heat. So, and your toilets and all will be in your north and things like that. So then how these spaces start moving? So these kinds of discussions we have generally with the students.
So actually if we are looking at practicality of the assignment, so if Mamta can add here, because last time construction we did an exercise wherein we did a similar exercise, but of course our focus was different construction techniques. Okay, so if we want to continue the same exercise what Kimaya is talking about, we can build upon those houses they took in first year, and then we can build the focus this time can be what exactly you were talking, but taking the same example, and then after that we can tell them to look at their own houses, I mean just to start with, because already they have data ready. Plus if some sheets are in college, they have been, I think, given some time slots to go to college and collect their sheets. So at least they'll have to do a little bit less research. They
No,
have
but
their data ready.
but what do you do about students who are not in Bombay?
No, so this exercise was done in pairs. So if some, of course, there will be. I'm sure there will be some students or some of the groups whom both of them are not here, but we can work something out for them. But at least majority of them will have the data ready of the previous exercise they did. So it's just to build upon the same example, so that the example is studied holistically.
वो किया
What do you
है
Maya,
Ritika,
what do you think?
because it was a
That exercise
module,
was
no?
scanned. It was scanned and digitized.
Oh yeah, Shantanu, yeah, of course, it was scanned.
But tell me one
Yeah, so
thing,
they will have the soft copy. So that's not a.
is it the same one which is run in modules?
Yeah, the one even I think even
So
you
they have
attended.
already done that EVS part for that.
Okay.
Yeah, they
No,
had an ES exercise for the same thing, right? Yeah.
Okay,
But
Maya, what?
then your idea of creating a log for your houses, I can only see one thing that gets established there is the relationship of the occupant and the building or the space.
Okay.
In terms of control.
Okay.
But here it's like, when is it that there are certain activities which are performed in the house? What are the kind of indoor thermal comfort situation therein? And then to adapt to those, what are your activities that you try and do? Like, changing your clothing, or opening up certain window, or opening only the ventilator and not the window because it rains and the rains will come in. But, a certain part of it. And things. Those activities, it will just help them establish that there is a relationship between the occupant and the building itself. Because more and more that we do the whatever that I'm studying in terms of energy efficiency, the more you give control to the occupant, more adaptation levels are there and more happy the comfort is. Of course, I'm not talking about the intelligent buildings which does everything, but in residential complexes, because you want that control within your hands. You don't want that automated stuff, because sometimes it just doesn't work. Because the dynamics within a residential space composition is very different compared to your work or your institutional, space. So that can be looked at. Dinesh, what do you think?
I'm just thinking, technology how to put together.
You need to control it because I try and put everything.
costs and services, and you know, we have the same. We just have one slot for the lecture part of the.
Yeah, I know. No, I was thinking that we do it now.
See, I'm not
before
talking
we
about
start the
EVS part.
lectures.
नहीं मैं तेरा भाई मैं भी बोलूँ मैं construction EVS talks मैं I was just thinking not just your EVS का part इसको कैसे करें
नहीं, अभी अगर उन लोग घर पे हैं, they can start preparing the law. We can try and ask them to do so. That is possible. शिरीष चला गया क्या?
ये हटा के
Rutika?
I'd actually like to just share something. Can you see my screen?
Not yet.
Can you see my screen?
You share something, no? Right now we can't.
I shared it. Can you see it?
आ गया
Yes, we can see.
So based on, is Shirish there? Yeah.
yeah
Okay. Yeah, so based on the very first point that Shirish mentioned last time is blurring the boundaries, breaking that myth that design and technology are independent of each other. Keeping that in mind, keeping the syllabus in mind as against the intent of the integrated design studio, and also keeping in mind that we need to equip the second year students with a certain level of understanding, concepts, and knowledge to be able to reach the third year. Keeping all these in mind, I just have put points together. They're just simple point form, which I want to go through with you, and then I think we can have a discussion. So like I said, for SEM 3, the syllabus is about RCC for low rise. So all the systems, foundation flooring, walling, roofing systems, you have the staircases, moisture and thermal protection in RCC low rise buildings, movable lightweight partitioning and paneling, stairs in interior spaces. So from the discussions that we've been having, we know very well that the aim of this now IDS is that we have to examine the role played by all these disciplines, construction, structure, services, environment, etc., for the ideation and elaboration of an architectural design. So the primary understanding of relationships between space, material, and structure under this holistic approach has to be established. Now, in the first year, as you can see here, they have been introduced to various structural systems and the principles that they have been based on. So we taught them homogeneous or monolithic, modular, trabeated, as well as arcuated or arched, whatever way you want to say it. And now we have to teach them construction processes based on those principles, also corresponding with material choices. But now the integrated studio is also looking at assimilation of the other disciplines. I've just put down the definition of structure and construction, that is to facilitate me and my thoughts actually. And I thought one way that we could look at these interdependencies in technology is to go from the whole to the part. So we have a basic design intent by looking at construction processes that.
Sirish is not able to join right now. He's messaging.
hello
Okay, so can we continue then? We'll share the recording with him so he can comment on email or something.
कौन बोल रहा है
Is okay?
Acha, he's trying to get in,
Yeah.
actually. He's trying to join.
Okay. I'll wait a minute then.
No, I don't know. I mean, you are the host. Is there any kind of this thing?
I don't have to admit. I'm not getting any pop to say says admit. Huh.
Okay, I see you. Okay.
Yeah, you can call him and then.
All of you are owners, so I don't have to sort of admit anybody inside. I think so. I don't know.
Acha.
Achha.
Because he's not showing that he's logged in into Microsoft. He'll come. I think he must have just logged off. I don't know.
Should I continue or should I wait?
Okay, I think I'll continue.
Okay. So we are looking at basically the construction processes that will inform material choices. We're looking at the structural elements that will form the architectural space. We're looking at the humans, the people who have an impact on the, or who are creating an impact on the physical environment. And of course, lastly, I think which we have already begun with is we're looking at development of software skills and sort of enabling them with techniques of representation, that's also a very important part of this second year. So like I said, I'm looking at moving from whole to part. So we'll be guiding the students through different components, constraints and systems with the help of different examples of work of architecture. So Kimaya has mentioned, Durvesh mentioned, even Shantanu and Shirish, we have discussed that we need to bring these kind of examples to their notice. Durvesh and even Rutika have mentioned that the toilets in Milonos are a real disaster. So these kind of architectural examples.
I can't hear.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just disconnected. I'm back.
Dramatic representation and understanding of.
Mamta, we lost her.
Yeah.
We
Repeat.
lost in between, so repeat. Thoda.
Okay, 1 minute.
Mill owners example pe we
Can you?
lost.
Okay, yeah. So maybe taking successful examples as well as examples that have failed, we could prepare this kind of analytical diagram which shows us not only the load transfer or the structural members, but also speaks about accommodation of services, design decisions that are based on the choice of material, and the climatic and contextual decisions like Kimaya very rightly said. So we could prepare, I've just thrown some examples. This is the domino house, the basic kind of structure which could be used for analysis. Okay. In this example, I just want to bring out, because they've mentioned staircase, I want to bring out how Corbusier has tried to negotiate the space with the ramp. There's also a staircase here, how the connectivity of the staircase to the ramp takes place, and how also the ramp is sort of, it becomes a point of contact of the inside as well as outside. So similar examples can be taken and sort of analyzed, right? Now we also have to keep in mind Ashok Lal's note that he has mentioned about learning to design and the various components after that. So for the second year level, as we discussed, we're doing this analysis component. Hima is also showing some good examples. Neeraj and we together can show examples. So we have an analysis component which is sort of already in place. Now I'm looking at a design component because the integrated design studio does mention that it has to be a design. Needs to look at this very specifically, the design component. And like Kimaya mentioned, it is about a habitat, a small unit. So a dwelling, which is sort of the intent for the second year learning. So we need to look at that. And I was probably then looking at a small habitat for a single family, where we can look at the design and detailing of the built form, whatever infrastructure is required, taking all these aspects into consideration. So we look at site services, we look at soil mechanics, we're looking at water supply and site drainage. Like Durvesh rightly mentioned, incorporate the design for that OHT as part of the design and not as part of like an appendage to the building. Look at the overall structural system, construction processes, and materiality, as well as the larger environmental concepts where Kimaya is talking about, like the climate of that specific place, or like maybe the kind of surrounding impact that's there on the site that has been chosen. Then we break it down into parts, that entire structure, because we do have lecture components that deal with these parts. Durvesh very rightly mentioned, we're looking at the design of the toilet. We're looking at all these individual spaces that we have to deal with in services. We're looking at structural elements where we're talking about load transfer from the slab to the beam, deflection in the beam, load transfer in the column, come down to the foundation. All those individual things have to be taken into consideration. So we could look at the lecture components talking all about this, feeding this studio right from the start. So we're talking about these load transfers, services, construction details, as well as like Kumar just mentioned about the thermal or cool comfort, the facade design, etc. that goes into making that place really livable and comfortable. So these are just my thoughts, like I said, which I put down, taking into consideration that we have a syllabus to cover, we have an intent for the design studio, as well as we have to equip these students for the third year. So they need to go with that kind of level of competence when they reach the third year.
Yeah. Sorry, I was thinking, Mamta, that in
Yeah.
the first semester, uh, we actually focus on strategic lectures that help them sort of trigger their intuitive way of seeing construction around them. Okay. So, for example, one way is, of course, but in this particular case, we can't go to a specific building
Building,
necessarily.
correct.
Yeah. But we actually use the building that they are living in, to do all these steps that we are saying. Okay. Even if it means we are identifying the faults, even if it means we are identifying the problems. Okay. We use the physical presence of the building to actually let them, so it becomes more tangible. Okay. We show examples, of course. We will show examples. Okay.
Yes.
But the more,
Yes.
but the more we connect with something which is tangible and is in front of them, the more successful we will be. That also I know. Okay. Because otherwise what will happen is the examples that we show are always through the image and always through the drawing. Okay. And there is a there is a kind of a limitation to how the student grasps. For example, I'll tell you, last semester when the students actually did the documentation of remember we documented 40 buildings last semester.
Yes, yes.
That exercise was actually much more engaging because they had a physical kind of interaction with the built object. Okay. And in this situation, that built object is that home where they are living in only. So let's bring in that in every lecture. Okay, let's pick on very quickly once the first 2 weeks are done. Let's pick on their own houses and let's make them into examples to talk about climate, to talk about, we'll give parallel examples to carry on.
Yeah, yeah, but apart from that, Shirish, I think there has to be this design component. Like in the design class, your AD studio is not dealing with something existing. You are designing, right? So
No,
I mean, this is my take. So it's free for open for discussion.
that we do in the next semester. The next semester is entirely dedicated to the design of a public toilet and to developing the program of the public toilet, to developing the contextual understanding of a public toilet entirely. So you have an entire semester to actually do a design problem with them. Okay. Because I think that way you will prepare them better. Here, let them do analysis. Let them do analysis over here. As analysis, if we want to introduce to them small exercises, which are design exercises, then we can do those. But otherwise, what will happen is because or we introduce the design exercise in this semester itself. Okay, because
I agree with your idea of small exercises.
because I don't point in thinking about the house as a design component, because their AD studio is already going to do that. They are with domestic spaces. They are going to build the house anyways, right? What we should see is how those students are actually bringing in synthesis of building into their design studios. But that we will observe in the design juries and things like that. But I think we should keep our, what do you guys think? I mean, that's just my thoughts.
Yeah. So, Shirish, let me be clear. So you are saying we should be also looking at their what they're doing the design module as well. Like just keep an eye on what they're doing.
No, I mean, I'm curious to find out how the integrated studio and all our subjects actually start influencing the design studios. Maybe not now, maybe not in the
Yeah.
initial stages, but maybe in the later stages. And if we are able to do that, if we are able to do that through the students, then this is a successful exercise, I feel.
Okay. So no, what I'm asking is, are we simply observing, or are we also intervening? Like if we see that
No,
okay, this is something that
but
no.
we don't have the room to intervene. That is not,
Okay.
that has already been made very clear. If we had the room to intervene, we would have had only one studio. Isn't it?
Okay.
Correct. But we don't have that. Ashok Lal's note actually was for one studio. So 5 years ago, when he was talking about integration, he was in fact saying that there is only one design studio, period. Okay. But that is not there. There is a parallel design studio which is happening. Okay.
Okay.
Like we will find that they will bring in ideas of design into our studio. We might find that from this studio they will take ideas over there.
Okay.
Okay, so we have to see how we are able to uh, covertly influence their designs.
Okay.
And at the same time, I'm saying that we are doing a design studio also. I mean, it's not that we are not. One of the reasons why we are doing this studio very limited to their own structures right now is also because of this COVID situation. I mean, uh, my reading is that most students are not going to be able to come back to college. Yeah, and it's going to be not easy for outstation students to come and find a place to stay over here and negotiate all that. Okay, it is probably that they are going to stay in their hometowns. Yeah. In that situation, how do we actually get them to learn more? Not necessarily to do more, but to learn.
Okay.
That's my take.
Okay.
So considering all these factors, can we explore the idea that last time we discussed about designing a public toilet, which kind of, or
Yeah,
some small things, some
yeah.
small design problems, which
So
can
a
collate
public,
all these.
but a public toilet is a design problem.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah. We should.
So
I thought
along
Dubai.
with the smaller exercises, I mean, we were saying that we can give smaller exercises. Yeah, of course, in the start we can give that, and
Yeah. I mean,
even
I,
yeah.
a simple small exercise is just making a drawing of your own house and start putting a services plan of your own house. Okay, that itself is an exercise. I mean, if Durvesh is going to tell them what are the ways in which you draw services, then the students should immediately start putting that into their services drawing or whatever the construction drawing. Sorry, somebody raised their hand.
I I did.
Yeah, Imaya.
Yeah, I'm not part of ideas, but I was just thinking. My only concern of just doing their houses, Shirish, is that most of them will have their flats. Now,
Yeah.
when you talk about the services, it's they won't get that kind of area of understanding or the kind of exposure that they require for that subject, just to understand that there are possibilities like
Yeah.
these also, which
Yeah.
are there. Other thing is regarding climate. If even 30% of the class is in Mumbai, Mumbai's climate is not as challenging as in terms of architectural exploration, other than very high levels of humidity. It's the natural ventilation that happens. But the kind of passive design techniques, unless they have, I don't know from where all they are, but unless if they are from the varied climatic zones, then might be interesting just to see that. So I was
Yeah.
just thinking it might be. So there was a studio that we did in Allied once. Within the house, we asked them if we have to create your space and like create an
Yeah.
annex to your house.
Yeah.
What is it that you want to build it, and of what material you want to build it, and things like that. So if you guys are okay with that and you want to explore that idea, at least it'll give it a certain push to the students just to think about what else,
Yeah,
also
yes, Hima,
understanding
I
the
think I completely
aspirations and
Yeah.
what exactly they would like, how they want to
right.
explore it.
So Correct, Hima, I completely agree with you.
I
Actually,
completely
because
agree. Yeah.
yeah, because as we start, you're right. So one of the things that we discussed in the earlier meeting also is that we begin with the house, okay, but then we are also going to get them to see their entire building, okay, and to see their complex also. Okay, so we are extending. It's not only the house. I mean, you can't in an apartment services means you have to look at the whole building. So that's one. The second is that one of the exercises will be to actually sort of modify their own living kind of situation. Okay. Now, earlier, what we used to do is we used to take their apartment and we used to place it in another context, and we used to ask them to design a new house completely differently. Okay. In this case, we might not do that. Okay, because again, but we will ask them to modify or change situation. It could also mean that you change a
Yeah, like
complete
you ask
redesign your own
the
house.
house to get collapsed and come
Yeah,
up. Or you
completely.
divide your house and your old space is collapsible and coming up as it wants and things like that.
How
You
will
can
we
always push the
how will we
students
do it?
towards that.
How will
Yeah,
we do
that's up to you all. Yeah, yeah, totally.
in an interior design project? When we do, we remove the walls, we create a shell, and then we transform the entire include and everything changes. Services changes your so that kind of an exercise we should do definitely. Okay, but
Would even interrupt or sort of include maybe a certain challenge. So, like Kima says, maybe like an environmental challenge, a structural challenge, something for the students to be able to apply
Some students
that
had
thing.
within their bedroom, one student had only removed one wall and changed the whole wall.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
possible.
That
yeah,
wall
good,
itself became
good,
his space.
See, the
good, yeah.
difficulty with structural challenges is that you can't really do much at the higher structure level. You
Yeah.
can do it at a carpentry level, for example, or you can do it at a level of services. You can play around with services very well in interior kind of conditions, which is also exciting. I mean, they're doing that.
No, Shirish, like, so we had sort of given them the opportunity to make it a double heighted space or increase the span of the living space, something like that, which they could deal with. Or we could,
Yeah.
something, I mean, we could plan that out. Doesn't have to be established right now.
Let's
Durvesh wants to.
Yeah.
Durvesh, go ahead.
Yeah, no, based on
Yeah.
what Rutika was just saying, and of course, the subsequent discussions that happened, that we can have these smaller kind of exercises designed. I was just saying, can we give a what do you say, a framework to those exercises? For example, I was just doing this overnight. I had this kind of a relationship or a Venn diagram prepared for a master's thing. I just changed the inputs, and I'll just share this. I don't know how much of this will be useful. But if you all can see this, yeah. Damage. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes,
We can
yes.
hear
Durvesh, you
you.
can
If
see
you all can
and hear.
just see, yeah. So if you all can see, yeah, it's blinking in front of me. That we are dealing with these four basic subjects, and we have these intersection points for all of these. So I am just saying, if we can design our exercises to fit in one of these kind of places. For example, we
Just
fit a
cursor.
design.
Durvesh, just remove the cursor from that diagram. I don't know,
अभी
it's flickering for me.
it is flickering because my PC का वो issue है. When it's
अच्छा.
on the net, it keeps on flickering.
Okay.
या मतलब दुर्वेश ऐसा डिस्को कर सकते हैं
नहीं, लेकिन ये सिर्फ मेरे इससे possible है.
No, I'm saying we can do this kind of a disco in the studio also. We can actually get them to find conditions. My only concern is that given the difficulty of suppose 40 students are not here, okay, and they're somewhere else. I'm trying to sort of keep the objectives to a minimum so that
Exactly.
we don't become over
Overburden.
ambitious.
Yeah, exactly. But for that, if we can just position these exercises probably the house exercise might just be a combination of EVS, building services, and construction. And probably the alteration can be a part of TOS, construction, and services. So so we can actually kind of group them in certain categories. So it will also be beneficial to the students, so they also know that everything is not being put together simultaneously.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
they are also learning it on a step-by-step basis.
Agreed. Completely agreed.
So
At the same time, I also feel that we often forget that as architects, apna role a lot of the times is in the interior of the house. You know, in
mhm.
restructuring the interiors. Okay, and I remember at one point of time that used to be actually a subject that was sort of taught, and the design studio used to be, or allied design studio used to be that, and things like that. Here is an opportunity to bring some of those things into the studio as well. So which their AD studio does not do,
Does
for
not
example.
happen.
Rutika wants to say
Ritika.
something.
Yeah. So regarding the framework, what exactly Durvesh was talking right now. So these small exercises what Shirish was mentioning, that they have their own flat, and as the services lectures goes on, they can start putting in the services of their own house into the drawings and start realizing that, oh, this works like this. So parallel to the lecture, they can start doing these
Yeah.
exercises. So putting in framework, what happens is these exercises become the precursor to the larger problem that of redefining the whole interior space, which kind of
Yeah.
even leads to redefining the services. So I mean
Okay.
services as one of the criteria.
Okay.
So to position them and frame them, when the lecture starts, simultaneously these things can even start. And I think drafting for this batch won't be a problem right now because I think most of them have computers and they are started with their softwares. So running out of stationery and everything, I don't think so that is going to be a problem. But
Yeah.
we can position them in these ways. Yeah.
Yeah. But Rutika,
Yeah.
I actually want them to get to actually observe
Yeah.
and use a sketchbook first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean that we can
Draw
tell,
it
of
out.
course.
Get them to annotate their own drawings. Let's
Of
learn
course. Of
what
course.
drawing is.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
can they can keep building their AutoCAD and skills simultaneously.
Yes.
That anyways will happen. And once we start with in the design stage, when we reach in the second stage, which is the fourth semester, at that time we will expect a complete working drawing from them,
Okay.
which we should by the
Yeah.
end of this fourth semester. Their entire design of the public toilet should be presented as a complete set of working drawings.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
true. The observation and drawing on sketchbook, that is actually one of the important thing. And I think this even we need to, like last time you showed them some of the drawings that you did. I mean, so we can even show them and start inculcating, start in putting that instinct of sketching, seeing, observing, and sketching.
Yeah.
This can come later, yeah, of course, but yeah, they can't. I mean, they have all the resources. Like we have,
Hmm.
yeah, we can
Very
span
good.
it in that way. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, Durvesha.
Yeah, I mean, just one more thing. I mean, if I don't know whether we should actually call or we should crystallize on public toilet at the end of SEM 4. I think we should see how the SEM 3 goes about, and depending on the progress, then probably we have this public toilet in our minds, but I don't think we should declare this right now to anyone.
No, we don't need to. We don't need
Because
to.
because if this goes on, probably if things don't go as per plans, we might have to alter that, and then
But
tomorrow it might just come on to
but
us कि अपने पहले कैसे
no, I
decide
know,
किया.
I know. But Yuresh, why I felt public toilet was suitable because it's that scale which bridges from the domestic into the institution.
Yeah,
Okay, next
that.
when I go to third year, they are going to jump into doing institutions.
Mhm.
Okay, and they would have done a couple of domestic kind of, one is a house and one is a housing. Okay, so I thought that that kind of exposure to institutional understanding and services and construction and things coming to it. It's a very complex problem actually.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, but
it allows.
exactly, but let's not label it or let's not kind of declare it that this is what
No, I
is
don't.
there in their mind because
But
if
I don't need.
because
We
we
don't
have
need
to
to declare it now. But
no
I
because
think we
I
have
don't know for the
to propose
26
it.
what is required.
No, we don't need to tell the students about
Hey,
stuff.
not the students, but the
No,
people, the faculty.
if we are proposing this
Things we
as a
have to
one
take.
year, if we are proposing this as a 1 year kind of a program, then we will have to give some. We might give either a public toilet or something else, and or something else. We
Yeah,
can add
probably two
to
three
it.
options if we can add to it. Then otherwise if it doesn't go, then it should not happen. कि ना भी करो public toilet. Is my only.
हाँ, पर मेरे को प्रॉब्लम नहीं लगता है उसमें पब्लिक टॉयलेट करने में भी. So
I think
I'm
let's keep options open or what?
हाँ, let's put options. Fine. We can think.
So I just want to say something since I mean we're discussing about panning this exercise for 2 semesters. We also have the challenge of addressing the syllabus where we're looking at frame structures and specific materials like RCC and steel. So the fourth semester is going to start bringing in those aspects of steel. So we're going to have to understand how to do this design exercise as only part of fourth sem. So somewhere I think I like the idea of smaller design exercises in sem 3 because and also Kamar rightly said we need to look at that aspect as well. So I think some
Mamta's voice is breaking.
Mamta, NTN connection. Mamta. Can't
yeah,
hear you.
my internet is 1 sec. I'll go on hotspot.
नहीं अभी ठीक है आ गया.
ठीक है आ गया okay. Yeah, so somewhere I think we need to relook that we need to carry out a few smaller design exercises. We have to look at how we're going to integrate that RCC, that steel. Set में complication बढ़ जाएगा. That's what I feel. You can take over.
But if suppose in the design components we are allowing the students to experiment with steel and other materials, then we can tackle those as the lectures are coming along. What do you think?
Yes, that's a good way to go about it. One thing is now with these discussions, we for next week when we have to submit and present. Oh, Shantanu wants to say something first. Shantanu, go ahead.
Yeah, no, you can finish what you're saying. I'll come back.
So I was going to talk about next week's presentation. So you speak first.
Acha, okay. When you talk about those small design exercises, one thing I actually even I shared with Mamta with this concern was that when we give the students these small exercises, because we say okay, design one room with a toilet or whatever it is, and when they see that this is coming from a construction faculty or from this, they immediately switch their thinking to that perspective. Okay, RCC building isme karna hai, so they will just build like a block with a with 4 columns and this, and that's what's going to have that. So that is something I think we should try to avoid very actively. And
Yes,
to
very
give you an
much.
example, like what
Even
happened with these
even
guys,
Kimaya said
the way they
even
chips
Kimaya
it
said that
for
we have to
WD,
wait for
from second year to third year, and they say okay, WD करना है तो design को simple कर दो और ये कर दो, and that is I think that is something we need to avoid. So when you say small exercises, I'm kind of seeing that as a potential pitfall of what might happen.
No,
But
perfect.
Shantanu,
I think perfect worry that you
but
have expressed.
but if we look at Durvesh's that diagram and we don't introduce, like we show that diagram, okay, suppose I'm saying, but it's also the way we introduce the exercise to them. I mean, yeah, if we are able to, if all of us are together, which is the most interesting part in this, is that there is all of us who are teaching them different subjects, but in the studio it is us. There is not a separate designer who's doing design and then all of us. Okay, so I feel that this time it might play very differently. A lot of the reasons why this happens is because it's only the construction faculty giving you an exercise. Okay. But in this case, it is not just that. It is Durvesh, Kimaya, Rutika, Neeraj. It is all of us together who are saying that this is your next exercise. So maybe it's the way we sort of present the exercise to them, and we open up the discussion of why this exercise with them also. So that should help. Very often क्या होता है कि स्टूडेंट को बताते नहीं है क्यों ये एक्सरसाइज कर रहे हैं, है ना? स्टूडेंट को बोलते अभी ये करने का है, और फिर स्टूडेंट समझता अच्छा कंस्ट्रक्शन के टीचर ने बोला ये करने का है मतलब ये रीजन होगा जनरली. Okay, but here we have to give a justification to why we are doing these two exercises. In that sense, Durvesh, I feel that we should give the entire program to the students. In that sense, so that the student has a clear clarity of why doing these things, he or she has to reach a point where they are able to do this at the end of the year. What do you think?
Actually, just one more thing, a couple of things, just points. The first is I think when we talk about now the analysis part of it, like how they're analyzing the buildings. What I'm feeling is that our task now is to set up a framework for the analysis. Okay, like
Yes.
what exactly are we expecting? So
Yes.
we create a very somewhat objective framework, for okay,
Yeah.
this is what we're expecting from you. All right,
Yeah.
that is one thing. And the second thing is, I mean, this is what what you said about kind of covertly influencing the design. I don't think there's anything stopping us from asking the students what is happening in the design studio, and
Nothing.
then yeah, and then kind of modifying or customizing our lectures from that perspective. So that will so I think that should give us a direction in where the lectures will go.
Yeah, but Shantanu,
Shantanu,
we have
I
to
still
remember that the design studio takes on a very different trajectory.
Correct.
exactly. Let's not
मतलब वो
our aim is to tailor the lectures towards this design
towards this
exercise.
studio. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I think
So
so.
I think the intent of IDS, sorry to interrupt, but this intent of IDS was very clearly portrayed as this is going to be a separate design studio by itself.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yes, the design, like I said, they follow a different approach. Get to that, that let's have our own design problem.
Yeah, मतलब Shantanu, if in the first 2 weeks they are only going to take two words and they are going to do a metaphor and a simile and then come up with designs, we have no role to play there.
Yeah. Okay.
So ऐसा है.
ठीक है.
Okay. All
So
right. So
yeah, so coming back to the crux of the meeting is that for next time now we need to submit as well as present this course. So we need to put this down framework for analysis. I think yes, that's a real must, or that's the essence I think of our studio brief now. So we need to put this down as an intent, as a pedagogy, as as structuring our the weekly sort of trajectory of the studio. So I think we need to do this for next time. We are more or less in consensus, is what I've seen from all the presentations. It was very good. I thank all of you to actually come here and on a short notice present your courses.
can we do one thing, Mamta? Can each of us, meaning each of our subject heads, can we prepare our course sort of outlines for the coming for this coming course?
Right.
Yeah, or alternatively, we prepare one integrated design studio outline first, and then everybody makes their course outlines. Does that work better?
I
That
think
works
that
better.
will work better.
What do you think, Kimaya? I don't know. Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah. Okay. So maybe we do
Because
that first very quickly, and then each of us then brings our own sort
So
of.
what we do, we our lectures so will start from July, right?
but before that, what will happen is
Yes.
once the structure for the course is ready, we can take the
Yeah.
subject, the topics of the lectures accordingly.
Accordingly.
Okay. ठीक है.
Yeah. Okay.
I was
So
doing ulta,
let's.
sorry.
Yeah. ठीक है. Mamta, you want to give the first shot at putting the because you've taken
Yes.
notes also.
Yeah. I'll do that.
Okay.
I'll send you that.
and then you
I'll
can
send you that
circulate.
PP,
Yeah.
I'll send you the PPT for services and EVS का.
Yes, please. Also, when are we meeting next?
26 is the presentation. So
Yeah.
6 days from that's 8 days from now. So should we meet again on say house 24th? Is it okay with
What is the
everyone?
day?
Wednesday.
Wednesday we have a
But it's
class.
Wednesday, I have a
Afternoon.
lecture.
you have a lecture. Till what time?
What time? What time?
Can we meet at like 3 o'clock? Is it possible with everyone?
3 o'clock
Are you
is
there?
okay with me.
2 to
Yeah.
4, there's a class.
2
Oh,
to 4 class. Which class is that?
It's third year of this digital workflows.
Sorry. Then 4 o'clock can we meet?
4
Is that
o'clock,
okay?
yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
4 o'clock.
Okay. So Wednesday 4 o'clock. All right. Nice talking to you guys.
Okay.
Yep,
Same here.
Yeah.
Bye bye. Thank
Very
you.
good.
Thanks.
Very good.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Sonali, Sonali को किसने
Right.
Sonali
Sonali, sorry.
Yes, Sonali, yeah. Please do give us your inputs.
Yeah. Actually, I was new and I don't have any other subjects, so I was just listening to everyone.
Yeah, but Sonali, can we see you? Have we seen you before?
Yes,
Yes, we've seen her.
I've seen you in college last year.
I see.
British.
Okay. I'm sorry. Oh, hi. Of course. Sorry. So sorry.
Yeah, Sonali, so anything you would like to add to all this?
Yeah, I have just noted this point, and I was just thinking this because I have not taken any other subject in the college as of now except services, which Durvesh will be taking. So I was just thinking, how we'll merge the services, structure, everything in one go, you know. So let me just come out with some solution on that, and then next time I can, or maybe I can keep on sharing with you guys.
Sure. Sounds good.
Yes, please.
All
Yeah,
right.
because I was just thinking because the services there, structures there, and of course design we are not getting into much because it is gonna be a different subject altogether than AD. So how we will put in front of students, how they will understand that I was just thinking about it.
Yeah. Okay. Let's also think about how we present to the students then. How we present the course structure to the students.
Yes.
Let's think of that. Yeah, because I think the students will have a similar kind of a thing in their head also. Like, how is this? Why is this a different studio? And because they are going to constantly separate this with the design studio. Okay, and that is the fundamental problem with this, is that again that divide is going to be reinforced. And we have to bring in a design focus in the studio also, which in my opinion is different from what we are doing, but we have to present it to the student in the right way. है ना? Let's think about that. ठीक है? Okay.
Yeah, good.
Sonali.
Right. Thank you.
Okay, bye bye.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening.
Bye-bye.
Bye.